Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Recent surfaced video of Steelers QB Justin Fields throwing is tough to watch. A recent video of a workout by Justin Fields of the Pittsburgh Steelers truly shows why the Bears traded him for nearly nothing. You don't need to be an expert at watching film to see just how pathetic this video is, and frankly, the reason why Bears GM Ryan Poles traded Justin Fields for next to nothing. Even former Steelers great Le'Veon Bell sounded off on the video. The video shows Fields throwing a series of passes to Route God, who is, apparently, very good at running routes. Anyway, a plethora of the throws arrive quite late to the pass catcher, which is a huge no-no for QBs, as getting the ball to their target late usually always involves an incomplete pass or an interception. Le'Veon Bell makes note of this too, and it's easy to see why they've sounded off on it. This is just not great for Justin Fields, who was a disaster of a QB during his first 3 years in the NFL with the Chicago Bears. The Bears rightly traded Fields and took Caleb Williams in the 2024 NFL Draft, but many Bears fans and NFL fans were calling for the Bears to keep Fields and build around him, whatever that means. It's not possible to build around a bad quarterback. And with Fields now with Pittsburgh, he's got a fresh start, but is already the QB2 to Russell Wilson, who signed with the team earlier this offseason. Overall, it's not a good look for Fields, and the Steelers would be in deep trouble if he had to start games at QB in 2024. You may see Fields on the field in certain gadget plays, but I would assume that'd be about it. For Justin Fields, this video doesn't prove any doubters wrong, but in fact does the complete opposite. Everyone else in the NFL media sphere seems to be doing predictions and projections of some sort, so I figured why not hop on the train and give my overall outlook on what I expect from the Steelers' offense in 2024. I'm adding a caveat, though. I'll be doing 2 different quarterback projections, one where Russell Wilson plays all 17 games and one where Justin Fields takes over mid-season. Why? Well, both are entirely possible, and we're all going to die one day, so who could possibly care enough to get riled up about it? I'm sure someone will find a way. If Wilson plays all 17 games, it means he's playing well and the offense is doing what's needed to win games. I would still expect a Justin Fields package of some sort to be used for a handful of plays each game in more of a rushing capacity. Now, if Wilson doesn't become what the Steelers were hoping, they can hand the keys to Fields. If they do so, my guess is it would come after the Week 9 bye ahead of their matchup with the Washington Commanders. That would give Fields 8 games to get things right for the offense. Najee Harris is in a contract year, and will be looking to make himself a lot of money in 2025. He's coming off the best year of his career in terms of yards per carry, but that number will need to go up if he wants to see a Ramondre Stevenson-type deal, $9 million per season. Jaylen Warren will all but certainly be staying in Pittsburgh for the long-term future, and his ability as a runner and receiver will continue to make him one of the better dual-threat backs in the league today. I expect productive seasons from both Harris and Warren, but don't be surprised if Warren is getting more of the lion's share of touches by season's end. While I still expect the Steelers to add another receiver to play on the outside, right now we'll just have to go with who they have. Is it perfect? Far from it. Could they make it work? Sure. Expect George Pickens to have a large increase in targets, especially downfield on play-action deep balls. Pat Freiermuth may be in for a career year, as well. Patrick Queen responds to Marlon Humphrey's brash takes departure. Baltimore Ravens cornerback Marlon Humphrey was the latest to stick up for his fan base and take veiled shots at linebacker Patrick Queen. After Queen defected and joined the Pittsburgh Steelers while belittling the city of Baltimore, almost everything the former All-Pro linebacker does is fair game. Humphrey warned Queen about thinking the grass is greener away from the Ravens, saying that he has seen multiple players bolt the Ravens for money and come out worse for the wear. While these barbs seemed quite pointed, Queen is doing his best to not let his former number 1 cornerback get to him. Queen posted a picture on social media that shows him watering his new lawn and sipping a glass of wine, a direct shot at Humphrey's comments. No matter how often Humphrey and his former fanbase try to take shots at Queen is doing his best to deflect any criticism. Queen signed a 3-year, $41 million deal with Pittsburgh, which was a surprising windfall from an organization that doesn't always pay top dollar for external free agents. Queen will immediately be one of the leaders for the Steelers, even calling the plays on the defensive side. Queen will find out how green the grass is in western Pennsylvania when he realizes he doesn't have the ultimate mistake eraser in Roquan Smith playing next to him. When Queen didn't have Smith next to him in Baltimore, he looked like a fairly average linebacker without much all-pro potential. The Ravens may have tried to retain Queen, but not at the price he ended up at. With Trenton Simpson ready to slide into a starting role in Zach Orr's defense, the presence of a young successor could help take some sting out of his departure for the Ravens. Queen joined names like Jadeveon Clowney, Panthers, Geno Stone, Bengals, and Ronald Darby, Jaguars, in leaving what was the #1 defense in the NFL last season. If Humphrey's beliefs are proven correct, Queen could find that he made the wrong choice in joining Pittsburgh. Steelers Cam Heyward, I ain't going to Cleveland. Steelers defensive captain Cam Heyward caused some controversy last week with a misinterpreted quote. He had seemed to hint he was open to leaving the Steelers for the rival Cleveland Browns amidst his ongoing contract dispute with Pittsburgh. Here's the full excerpt from what started it, Mark Kaboly's June 14 article with The Athletic. Heyward will worry about his future next year. He's not counting out signing with the Steelers before the season or even before free agency next year. But for the first time, he's contemplating what it might be like to wear colors other than black and gold. Can you imagine Heyward in the orange and brown of the Cleveland Browns? It might seem sacrilegious, but never say never. I still have family in Cleveland, my wife is from Cleveland, Heyward said. We will see. I am not trying to think about all that right now. The quote did not sit well with Steelers fans, to say the least. That's not exactly a surprise, as the Browns are perhaps the Steelers' most despised rival. Kaboly later clarified on the Fan Morning Show that Heyward was just joking. Heyward later addressed the issue himself when replying to fans on X, formerly known as Twitter. Bro, I ain't going to Cleveland. My wife about threw up when she saw the report. It was a joke in passing, he posted. A few days earlier, he had responded to another fan who had brought up the topic, replying with a dismissive gif. It seems that fans don't need to worry about Heyward leaving Pittsburgh for Cleveland anytime soon. However, he has maintained that he'll be playing in 2025 and beyond, even if the Steelers don't bring him back. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Cam Heyward? Leave your opinion in the comments.